This is KPRN-DB, broadcasting worldwide from Southeast Oklahoma, USA to parts unknown. Are you storing food? Many preppers are storing food for months and years, but only have enough fuel stored for days or weeks. Stretch your fuel storage by harnessing the power of the sun with a sun oven. Food can be baked, boiled, or steamed at temperatures of 360 to 400 degrees Fahrenheit with the power of the sun. Depending on where you are located, you can use the sun for 50 to 80% of your cooking, allowing you to preserve your fuel storage for rainy days. Sun-baked foods stay moister and have less shrinkage and don't burn. Sun-baked roasts are tastier and more succulent, and sun-baked bread has unparalleled taste and texture. Water can be heated in a sun oven for purification or personal hygiene. For the past 25 years, sun ovens have been proudly made in the U.S. They are durable, have a long life, and come with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. For a discount coupon, email podcast@sunoven.com. That's podcast@sunoven.com.
Feeling like there are too many pressures and demands on you? Losing sleep worrying about tests and schoolwork? Eating on the run because your schedule is just too busy? You may be under too much stress, and it may be affecting your mind. Get your mental edge back with Nootropic Mind Power from mindregard.com. Nootropic Mind Power is not a drug, but a natural supplement. Its 12 powerful ingredients are natural and non-GMO, plus it's gluten-free, wheat-free, and formulated by Americans for Americans by an NSF-certified laboratory. Nootropic Mind Power is available at mindregard.com, spelled MINDREGARD.com, and comes with a 100% money-back guarantee. Free your mind with Nootropic Mind Power cognitive supplement from mindregard.com. Mind Regard. Clearly see tomorrow and yesterday. Today.
The truth is out there. Knowledge is power. This is the Prepper Podcast Radio Network.
If we were down green screen, we ought to just eliminate the debt ceiling. Oh, absolutely. You go.
The ability of almost every working American to access more credit than they should have been able to masked the underlying fact that lower and middle class incomes were not rising.
That's not a tenable strategy. Isn't now the time to eliminate it? Oh, we've been time a long time ago.
Let's put aside terrorism. Let's talk only about our own homegrown animals that are patrolling America right now. So it goes down to the simplest thing. Be prepared, be vigilant.
We've been following this developing situation, the standoff in Alabama with that 5-year-old who has been held hostage, going on day 7 right now. Let's check in with Chase Kane, developments in the Satellite Center. And Chase, there's some activity right now.
Absolutely, Bob. A lot of activity, very preliminary information at this point, but the Fox News correspondent who is on the scene there in Alabama is reporting that a law enforcement source told him that that boy has been saved from the bunker. He is also saying the same source telling him that the man holding him, who you see there, 65-year-old Jimmy Dykes, may be dead. We may have some of the wrong video there on the scene, but on the screen rather. But again, Fox News saying that the boy has been saved safely from that bunker. 65-year-old Jimmy Dykes may be dead.
What the hell? Can somebody explain to me why we let that situation go on for 6 days? Or 5 days, or any more than 1 day, however long it was? There's something wrong. There really is something wrong. I mean, for those of you who haven't heard about this, and it's ending today on Monday, though my show will be Thursday, so I'm sure by the time you get this, you'll be sick of hearing about it. But I just need to talk about it a little bit because I didn't hear about it until today. I had no idea it was going on, and this is a situation where I feel like we never should have known it was even going on. I'm just going to touch on this a little bit first thing here because sick to my stomach that it even happened, that it was allowed to go on as long as it did. So this maniac Jimmy Lee Dykes, and we were just talking about no matter if you take all the guns away, there's still going to be maniacs, and this is a maniac here. And if you read any articles about him, it's so typical. I'll get to the little crazy conspiracy side of my mind in a minute, but it's a tragedy, of course. But if I was the parent, I don't understand how they could be okay with just letting this thing ride out for 5 days. It seems weird to me. Who knows what this guy's doing to your kid for 5 days? Now, he's in a bunker with a trap door, from what I'm reading. And it's a 6-foot by 8-foot bunker. The kid came out unhurt, unharmed. The man's dead. Good. But who knows what happened in there, and who knows what kind of trauma 5 days stuck in a little tiny room with a psychopath has done to that boy. And they were scared to make a move on the place because, they were worried that he would do something to the child. What was his motivation? Who knows? We'll find out as the days go on. When I heard it, it sounded like sex maniac to me. You're dealing with an animal, that's what a guy like this is. He ran up on a bus, shot the bus driver, tried to grab a kid, got a hold of one of them, and took him into a freaking cave for a little while. And the boys in blue stood outside of the bunker for 3 days and tried to contact the guy a little bit, waited a few more days, and then all of a sudden they break in. Where's the part in the story here? They say it was a standoff, he appeared and started firing shots or whatever. I don't know. But what I read was essentially that they decided to break the door in and save the kid. Here you go. This is another paragraph I really like. Dykes, also described as a loner who railed against the government, lived up a dirt road outside this tiny hamlet north of Dothan in southeast corner of the state. His home is just off the main road north to the state capital of Montgomery, about 80 miles away. But they just got it. I just love how they got to throw that in there. He railed against the government. Who the hell doesn't rail against the government? The whole nation's railing against the government. I don't know anybody who's happy with the government. And on the way to work today, Obama's got 60% approval rating. Okay, well, hey, if you want to fall for that one, then I've got a bridge to sell you? Where is this goddamn... I just read this paragraph, but basically what it looked like to me... Here you go. This is great. This is the one I like. Dykes was seen with a gun on Monday after negotiations with authorities deteriorated. FBI Special Agent Steve Richardson told reporters, fearing the child's safety, FBI agents entered the bunker and rescued him. He added that Richardson said Dykes is dead, but the boy appeared unharmed and is being treated at a local hospital. Okay, so, fearing the child's safety, the FBI rushed the bunker and rescued him, right? Why didn't they rush the bunker and save him days ago? Am I missing something? Maybe I'm missing something here. I don't know. Why did they keep that child in there that long? You telling me with the technologies, the flash bang grenades, and the things that we could throw down that little... I guess there was a little tube that Dykes used to hear things, and they lowered car down there for the kid to play with, and some creature comforts, and some food. I'm sorry, this just sounds weird to me. I know. It's a tragedy, it's horrifying. There's maniacs in the world. I told you about this. It's just what it is. This is the world we live in. I spend a lot of my time worrying about the things that are overseas, and you know, it's easy for you to get blind and forget that these animals live in your backyard. You know what I mean? They run up on a bus, they shoot a bus driver, they grab a child, take them into a bunker, and the sad thing is, basically at that point, you're powerless. You've got to put your confidence in this FBI Special Agent Steve Richardson to stand outside this bunker for 5 days and, you know, do a little rain dance and hope this guy gives a kid up before he's either, you know, who knows what happened in that. Look, it's crazy. It's sad, and it's just not the way I want to do things going forward as a country. You know, it's crazy. You need to jump on these guys and get that boy out of there day one. I don't care what you say. You know, so what? It's too long. It's too long. I mean, I'm just going to have to be frank and come out and say it. What if the boy got raped in there for 5 days straight? You know? I mean, I pray that nothing like that happened. But if it did, you think he would have wanted you to wait around for 5 days to figure out what was going on? Now, this guy was clearly a maniac. Said he had trouble with the family. He was in Nam, so automatically he's a bad guy. You know that. No, but it looked like he served his country in his younger years. Had some fallouts with the family. Looks like he might have been a little bit of a maniac, pulled guns on people out. It looks like he just went over the top in his latter years, I guess. You know, he must have really just went cuckoo, and that's it. Neighbors described Dykes as a man who once beat a dog to death with a lead pipe. Okay, you're a nut. Threatened to shoot children for setting foot on his property and patrolled his yard at night with a flashlight and a firearm. He has an adult daughter, 2 lost touch years ago. Okay, so despite his valiant efforts in Nam, I think it's safe to say that he's a maniac, and he's dead now. Who knows what that was all about? This is what I'm scared of. Okay? Let me just tie the loose ends up. That's a tragedy. In my opinion, it should have been avoided. It shouldn't have went on as long as it had gone, in my opinion. Now, I don't deal a lot with hostage situations, but I feel like with the resources we have and the technology, that we could have figured out a way to get that boy out of there a lot sooner, in my opinion. What I'm worried about, and they even hint to it a little bit here in this article, what I'm worried about, there was a lot of emphasis on where this boy was taken. He was taken into a bunker. I mean, it's the boy in the bunker. When I searched this article, I just searched boy in bunker. And that brought it right up. So what I'm worried about is, and we could see it. We could see it. They'd be silly to do this, but I wouldn't put it past them. I'm worried about officials and government officials and even the retarded public that comes out and says crazy things sometimes to go, what do we need these bunkers for? This stuff has to go. You know, this never would have happened if this man didn't have a bunker. There you go, here you go. He said he lived in Florida and had hurricanes hit. He wanted some place he could go down in and be safe, Creel said. Authorities say the bunker is about 6 feet by 8 feet. The only entrance is a trap door at the top. And that prefaces the beats their dogs to death with a lead pipe and all this business. So you know where this is going. You understand the connections here. You know what's going to be wrapped up together. And he was also arrested for marijuana possession. Right? But marijuana's good. Don't forget that. Listen, I'm not really pro marijuana, okay? If you guys out there listening are, that's fine. It's America. It's your choice. I don't believe it's as harmless as everyone thinks, and that doesn't mean that I believe it should be outlawed, because alcohol is the most destructive force there is.